Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Today's challenge is to use copy paper to make pages in our journals. Now, as you know, copy paper is very, very thin. This is just regular cheap stuff from the supermarket. I think it's about 60 GSM. And if you turn this into a page, you're not going to be able to put pockets on it. It's just going to be quite flimsy. So I thought I'd come up with a few ideas for you as to how you can thicken them up and make them way more interesting. So let's get on with it. Okay, number one of the easiest ways to do it is to coffee dye or tea dye your pages. This will automatically thicken them up, just changes the structure of the paper. So that's an easy way to do it, and it'll give you a lovely colour. It's much nicer, I find, than that. And doesn't it sound so much nicer? I just love the crunchiness. Okay, number two, and no giggling, is to use our good old friend the napkin. Now, you've probably all done this one, but oh my goodness, don't napkins make your pages feel just so nice? Now, I have used the second layer of my napkin. There's 3 layers usually in napkins, and the middle one has the imprint of the top layer, but much more subtle, which I really like. Number 3, I used packaging tissue, and as you can see, it started off, it's very, very thin and just like a tissue, but no pattern on it. And I've covered that and I've left all my wrinkles in, and this has made my page really quite thick. On the other side, I've just wiped my distress ink over the top just to give it a really grungy look, and you can see totally different. And you can see all of the creases and the wrinkles, which is just yummy. Number 4 is my old favourite, Dressmakers Tissue. And I love this. This, again, you could go over with your distress ink, but I think that gives just a really nice, much more sturdy page to use. You can layer this up as well. You could put more layers if you wanted it thicker. Number 5, obviously our old favourite, the book page. So book pages, music paper, all your scraps, just put them down, trim the edges, and you've got really, really thick, almost cardstock page for your journals. And, you know, that will be a really sturdy page. You can put some big pockets on. Number 6 is this gorgeous handmade paper. Now, obviously not handmade by me, but you can buy this, and it's very, very fine papers. Let me show you some examples. So this is the sort of thing. So I've got some of this, it's just very fine paper. Didn't put that on, but it's got sort of fibres in it, and I thought we'd see how that went as well. So I like that. I like it a lot. I've only done it on one side at the moment. I may do something different on the other side. Number 7, wallpaper. Now this is a very cheap, almost probably free, if you go and just take little samples from your local hardware store. But don't tell them I said that, and don't take too many. They get very annoyed. The other alternative is wrapping paper. So you may have wrapping paper, and you can use that to decorate your pages. I've just done this on like half a piece. So I'd probably do, I only had a piece this big. That's why. And you could make like half a page, like a little book, a little page, or you could make a mini book even. Yeah. But I would put something else on the back, maybe some tissue or some book page, something like that. Number 8, 6, 7, I think it's 8. I may have gone wrong. This one is decoupage paper, and as you can see, it's very fine. Let me show you how it was. And as you can see, it's just very, very fine, used for decoupaging. So if you've got any of this lying around, that would be great. And I've only used like a piece of this like this. But you could always use that as an embellishment. You could cut it out. You could use it as a pocket. You know, I'm just making bits. I just like making ephemera. Number 9 is this really pretty page where I have glued down paper doilies. Now I love all the texture you've got on there. I hope you can see that. It's a bit shiny because I've used Mod Podge and it's supposed to be matte, but I can see shiny, which I'll probably cover with some paint or something. Not sure yet. Depends what journal it goes into. But I'm quite happy leaving these as bases ready to go in my journals. And then I'll go, oh, I've got those pages. So you could make like batches. Haven't done the other side yet. It's quite thick already because of the glue. The glue will always add like a layer of thickness to your paper. In fact, if you didn't want to change the colour of your paper, you could just cover it in glue and leave it to dry, and that would make it like really flexible as well. And this one I absolutely love. It's just packing paper. And I'm going to show you how I did this one. So what I've done is I've taken some brown paper packaging, scrumpled it up. This technique is brilliant. You can use this on covers for your journals as well. I've done that before. Wipe your distress pad over and then screw it up again. You only need to do one side because we're just going to glue this down onto the paper. Now I'm going to give it another go because I just want to catch more wrinkles. And then because I like doing my grungy journals, I also add a little bit of black. Obviously, you know, you're doing a pretty pink shabby chic one, use pink or, you know, cream or something. But I'm not. So all I'm going to do now is glue that down onto my page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it on the back of this one because I've already done one. So I'm going to turn it over now it's dry and glue this on the other side. And I'm using my Mod Podge. I'm just putting loads of glue on because, again, that will help to thicken up your pages. And we're going to just pop that onto there. Now, you could just press all that down with your hands, but you are going to get quite messy. So I'm going to cheat because I don't like getting my hands messy, as you may know. And I'm going to put a piece of this paper on the top and I'm going to press it down that way. Now you've already got your crinkles, you've already got your distress ink on there, highlighting the crinkles, and I think this is going to be a lovely page to go in my journals. So give it all a good press. And you've got some nice pattern on that as well, which is a bit of a bonus. And there you go. That, when it's dry, will be a very, very thick, lovely page for a journal. And you can trim it, you can tear around the edges. It's just yummy. So there we go. How to turn these boring copy papers into some very pretty, love this one, and much more sturdy pages for your junk journals. I really want to encourage you to use what you've got. I've just made this one out of fabric scraps, and I'm sure that you can think of many more. So I'd love for you to try out these ideas and maybe come up with some of your own. Let me know in the comments if you think I've forgotten one. And do subscribe. I'll have loads more little tips and tricks and ideas for your junk journals coming up soon. I really want to encourage you to go around your scrap room. So have a look in your